Clubbing with Taylor and Larry. I got to get my comments turned on. All right, how's everybody doing today? Welcome. How's it going? We want to see your flags. We want to say hi. Come on in and say hi as you're coming in. We want to hear from you. How is everybody? Come on inside. Okay, and I just want to give a little disclaimer. If this is your first time on, drop a 1 and let us know. If you have never been here before, make sure you give StreamYard the permission to share your name. Otherwise, we just see Facebook user. So we want to see your name. We want to see it's Isabel. We want to see it's Mary. Hello, Mary. Welcome. We want to see Bird. We want to see Peter. Otherwise, we see Facebook user. So let us know. Go to the top. Give StreamYard your permission to say, let us see your name. We want to hear from you. So how's it going?
Hey, guys. Glad to have you here, man. This Club Friday here. Let's go.
I love it. Hello, Gemma. Welcome. Hello, Peter. Hello, Diane.
It's been a phenomenal week, guys. And the start of February, it's just beyond anything I've ever experienced. And so we appreciate you guys' help. We appreciate your support. And we just started. Okay, wait until the second quarter of this year and see what happens to you and your team. It's going to be remarkable.
It's we're having so much fun. We had our deep dive this last week. We had so much feedback coming in from Spain, coming in from Ireland. We have so much luck of the Irish here. I can tell you, we are. I love that. So as you're coming on, let us know you're here. But let's talk about this. So I asked the question. How did I word that? I said, I can help you. I can help you. And how can I help you? And I want to know how many of you have said that in your business? How can I help you? And this takes me back to the story. And this is a story in the book. If you haven't got the book and you haven't got to this story, or raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about here. It's on page 37. Page 37. And I love this story. This was one of the things that stood out for me whenever I was doing my business and whenever I started 28 years ago. I can't even believe I'm saying that, 28 years ago. But it was one thing that stuck out for me. And it was one thing that I always connected with. I always resonated with. And it was a story that in the book that Larry said, the lady came up to Larry and she says, I need help. I need help. How many of you have been asked, how many people in your team, how many people have asked you in your business, say, I need help? Yep. And so many times we are so willing to help people. We're willing to do whatever, right? I mean, sometimes Larry always kids, he's like, I'll even wash your car for you. That's the kind of mentality. When you say that,
I agree 100%, man. And so, how can I help you? That's just a very important thing. And we do encourage you to go to page 37 and look at that story and look it up. But all of you guys, some of you, or so many of you right now, this is your first time on our Club Friday with us. And this is fun for us because this is a free environment. Anyone can come. They can sign up, get in the book club without even buying the book. They don't have to do anything, and they can get to see what's going on. Obviously, this is an entry point for everybody to get familiar, not only with the book, but with the entire LT Wealth Building community and start thinking in terms of quickly getting to our academy. Taylor just mentioned here that we did our deep dive. That happens the second week of every single month, because we want to get the months ended. Then we want you guys to get your month started with the different companies that you're with. And then we come in with what we call the deep dive. And the deep dive is we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the second week of every single month. And we come in and do live teaching and mentoring where the people are. And this last deep dive we did, guys, there were so many new people, and that was basically the first time they've seen us a lot of times. And we appreciated seeing them, but their reaction and their comments and their activity, the activity is just not, hey, I'm excited, let's go. It's what is happening to people. So anyway, let's kind of dig in here and see what Taylor's got planned for us today.
I love this. I love what the feedback that we've been giving, what the feedback and how excited everybody's been, implementing these little nuggets, like these little things. I mean, Larry, we were actually on a call yesterday with Okay, so he's German, and we are on a call with our friend Rudy, and he was a protege of Larry's, like long time ago, like back in the 80s, whenever he started working with Larry. And now he's a German. He's had a big success, and he was actually doing a translation for a meeting that we were doing in Dubai.
Yes.
And it was, because Larry's always said, hey, there's only a half a dozen things you have to know, right? There's only half a dozen things. And we were in this meeting in Dubai, and somebody raised their hand and said, what are those half a dozen things? And we were like, what are those half a dozen things? We've always said it, but we never actually put the meat on the bone, so to speak. We never actually clearly defined what those half a dozen things were. And as a result of that, that's what is inside our academy. And it's where the 6 pillars are. It's like the gas. And it is so fun, simple, magical. And you guys are going to hear from some people here in just a second. We're going to be talking to them and you're going to hear from them. But I want to talk about this. So because we're going live on several different platforms here. So you may be coming in on one of our pages. You may be coming in on one of our groups. I don't know. We're on 6 different platforms right now. So but if you're on a page, make sure you share this information out. If you're in our group, make sure you tag somebody that you don't see in here. If this is your first time, drop a 1 and let us know. We want to welcome you. We're so glad to have you here. But let's talk about this. So many times, and I saw Roger said every single day, people say, how can I need your help. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to say that? And this is the story. I'm going to tell you the story.
Okay,
This story, I think so many people can connect to and relate to. So here's the story. The lady is at the meeting and she's walking up to Larry, right? And she says, I need your help. And he's like, okay, I'll do anything I can to help you. And she said, okay. I just can't get anybody to look at this opportunity. I can't get anybody to come to the meeting. And he says, okay, what else can I help you with? And she was like, don't you understand? Didn't you just hear what I just said? I said, I can't get anybody to look at my opportunity. I can't get anybody to come to my meeting. And he says, okay, what else can I help you with? So now she's getting really upset. Didn't you hear what I said? Didn't you hear? I'm trying to tell you, I can't get anyone to look at my opportunity. I can't get anybody to my meeting. And he said, yes, I heard you loud and clear. But as long as you believe that you can't get anybody to come to your meeting, you're right. What else can I help you with? Wow.
Yeah, see, I had that experience myself with my mentor, Bobby Depew, because the first 90 days in the business, I did very good. The next 90 days, you guys know what happened. I'm going to management mode. I'm out of my center of influence, don't know what to do next. So I started helping my team. You know what I mean? Got to help my team, even when they don't want help, man. I got to go help my team so my team can grow. And I was running into this difficulty, and Bobby Depew did that to me. And on the third time, when I said, well, I can't get anyone to the meeting, he said, congratulations. I know that you can't. And I was taken back. What do you mean? He said, because just like Taylor said, as long as you think that's impossible for you to change that. And I want you to think about using this as an example on page 37. And I want you to think about this, whatever you're doing in your business, okay? My team is not growing. That's usually where we take this stuff to, my team. The wealth building, the book, the club that we're doing today, what we do with the deep dives, the complete academy, isn't about what your team does. It's about what you do. And what you do is an example. And if you're up, you can't talk to someone about lifting weights if you're not lifting the weights, because you ranked up in your company and because you got a check and you got to walk across the stage and everyone got to say how great and rich and smart, pretty you were, doesn't mean that you don't have to continue to do that. We don't have one meal, okay, and that's the rest of it. We got to continue to consume and digest and get growth and energy from taking in new meals. And that's exactly and we talk very seriously and excitedly about when people, it's amazing to watch people when they understand their job description. Okay, every job that we've ever had in our life has a job description. We know exactly what we're supposed to do. And it's been distorted in the network marketing space in the last half a dozen years, big time. Okay, and it's about, and right now you guys are on the cutting edge of some very big stuff. So hang in there.
So I want to bring it down. I want you guys to hear from some real incredible ladies. Like, wow, you guys are, you're going to be so inspired. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. So the first lady that I am going to bring to the stage here is Miss Lauren Rayner. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Lauren.
I'm really good. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
So tell us about you.
Okay, so I am 6 months into my network marketing business. It's mental, actually crazy to think that it has only been 6 months. I was talking to my my upline, and explaining to him that actually 6 months ago today, I was only a week into my products. And so, yeah, crazy.
Now, where are you from, Lauren?
So I am from Brighton, in the UK.
Okay. Okay. And so 6 months ago, whenever you started, what was going on with you, that made you get into network marketing?
Yeah. What was the motivation? What was the inspiration?
What was happening?
So, so I'm a mum to my baby boy Freddie. He's 19 months now, but so 6 months ago, he's just over a year, and I had pretty much got to the point where I was very unconfident in myself, in how I felt and how I looked. So I jumped onto the products with the company to change myself. It wasn't about jumping into network marketing. I wasn't looking for a business. I really wasn't.
Famous words.
Sorry?
I said famous last words. Nobody's really looking, right?
I literally tripped and fell into it, really. Yes, so I was looking just to change myself, and I'd started to use the products, and really just started telling people about them. I got an emotional connection and an experience on them that I just had to tell people about. So that was where I had started. That was why I fell into it. But yeah, and then I started to realize that actually, as I got my closest friends and family involved into it,
Yeah.
and got them as a member, started to build a little team. I started to think, wow, something's changing here. I then was introduced to the Millionaire training book by my upline, Kevin. And he was basically explaining, he was just like, you've just got to read this book. Just read it.
When was that? Was that in November?
November? Yeah. He rolled it out to us in November. And I read it. I couldn't put it down. I think I read it in about 2.5 days. And then I went back and I reread it again. I couldn't put it down. And you know what? Some of the really, really simple things that I took away from that book were, because I wasn't looking for a business previously. I didn't see it as a business. I could see things were happening, but I couldn't really understand. I couldn't understand how to employ myself as such. So the book then taught me to look at, and it explains it in the book, Larry 1 and Larry 2, starting to talk to yourself and say, well, if you want to grow this business, you are going to have to dedicate some time to it. It's not just going to roll. It's not just going to happen. You've got to do something and create some activity.
Love that.
So, so the books taught me to certainly employ myself. So I do every single day. So I'm a mum, and I'm now I've now got a team of mums because there are the people, they are what I like to call my audience, the people that appeal to me.
Yeah.
They me as a mum doing it, so now they're jumping on board with me, and we have what's called a power hour, and we employ ourselves because we are mums. The reason that I'm now doing this is because I want to create the most amazing life for my little boy, and that's why people are then coming on board with me too. But we're doing that because we still want to look after our children. So we have what's called a power hour, and we have at least an hour a day where we all get together, and we all create some activity to help build our business. So that's us employing ourselves, and we just commit and dedicate ourselves.
So would you say probably that out of the book is that one of the biggest takeaways for you?
Out of the book, most definitely, because it does it just taught me, and I've obviously put that down to my team as well, where that you have to employ yourself.
Yes.
You can look at you can look at anyone that's successful, you can dream and say, oh, I'd love that, but you've got to do something about it. You can keep dreaming and keep looking, but if you don't do anything, you don't do the activity and employ yourself, you're never gonna get there. That was one of the biggest take from the book for me.
What about the Academy? Now you're involved in the Academy, and what was the transition to get you from the free book club? You bought the book, obviously, but the free book club, and then you got the Clubbing Friday and stuff with us. What moved you into the Academy, and what happened then?
So again, Kevin, my upline was talking about the Wealth Academy, the Wealth Building Academy, and how it was like another level. It was like the book on steroids. It was just a different level of energy and of so many different golden nuggets. So pretty much. He said you need to get on it. If you're serious, you need to get on it. So I got into the Wealth Building Academy, and it was the biggest eye opener for me. It's like so the book's my Bible, but the Wealth Building Academy is just on another level. The Thompson rule, that the 80-15-5, explaining that actually. So it completely changed my business. When I got into the Wealth Building Academy, which was December, my business has doubled. Doubled. Yeah.
Doubled?
Yeah. From December to January, my business doubled. And purely down to some of the golden nuggets from the Wealth Building Academy. But the 18-15-5 made a massive difference to me, because it made me realize that when I was doing all these silly little social media posts, they weren't appealing to anyone. No, most people weren't even looking at them. It just didn't make any sense. So I took it back to basics completely and started to appeal to the people that I needed to appeal to. I'm a mum. I'm doing this, and I want to show people that you can do this. I employ myself for at least an hour a day as a minimum, and then I look after my son for the rest. Wow. I need to appeal to other mums. If I can do it, they can do it.
Love it.
But and so just making it fun, simple, and magical for the rest of the moms. We're just like that's my job. I feel like that's my job description, is to go out and
what you're sharing here is so valuable, Lauren. And I want everyone, I don't know how many of you caught this. She's only been in 6 months. She got started with the book in November. That was 90 days in. And then she got into the Academy the next month, and look what has happened to her business with audience, language, and behavior, understanding 80-15-5, use, talk, demo. I don't know about that. Look at what's happened, and that is what's going on across the board. This is not an unusual story. It's a very powerful story that we enjoy.
Yeah.
This is what drives us, because out of that 80-15-5, most people want to be right there earning that $500 or $1,500 a month without disturbing being a mom, without disturbing being a construction worker, without disturbing being a truck driver or waiter, okay, without disturbing it. And that's what's going on here. And God, let me tell you something. It's
so
magical.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Lauren. Congratulations on success, and appreciate you taking out time to be here and share your story.
Yeah.
So much.
Okay. All right. Wow. 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 Okay. So we've got another lady coming in here, and we have Miss Michelle Jackson. Michelle, how are you?
Hi guys. Hi. How are you?
Listen, I love you on the deep dives because you always got that smile on your face and you're always doing this. And I just keep gravitating back to you on the deep dives.
So Michelle, tell us about you. And let's see, I think your mic is muted.
We heard her.
There we go.
No,
there we go.
It's muted again.
Oh. Let's see. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I am the worst with technology, which is why I'm so glad this is a simple business. Honestly, I'm so bad with technology. So I am Michelle. I'm from Scotland. I guess the accent probably gives that away. So I've been using my company products for 3 years, and I started actively trying to build a business just last year. And it's funny listening to Larry there talking about how he got off to a great start his first 90 days, and then he slipped into management mode, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, that was me. So that's what happened to me. My business took a step back, and as a result of that, like, my confidence really took a huge knock. So I was really quite lost, and I didn't know how to move forward. I was so confused. There were so many people doing so many different things. I didn't know where to go. And then you guys just magically appeared and saved the day for me. So yous came in, I think it was in December, and you've done a call into our organisation. And I was like, I love these guys. It was so simple. It was just what I needed to hear. And as yous were actually speaking, I was on Amazon ordering the book. I was like, I need this book. So bought the book, started reading it, loved it. And I'm actually not much of a reader, but that book I couldn't put down. And then from there, I signed into the book club straight away. And the first time I heard the academy get mentioned, I was like, I need to be part of this. Like, what a bargain, like $40 a month to get around these guys. Like, absolutely. So I got myself straight into the academy, and I just love it. Like, for me, hearing Larry's El Paso story, like, I think a lot of the time you see like people's success all the time, and you don't actually see the struggles that people go through. So when I heard Larry's El Paso story, I was like, wow, like, if somebody who is as successful as like Larry has been through these struggles, then it made me realize that's exactly, I was in the right place in my journey. This was a normal part of the journey. And it gave me hope that, like, if Larry can be as successful as he is, and like you say, if that turned out 10% for me the way it has for Larry, then it was going to be fine for me. So it's been the massive thing. It really, the academies gave me the belief in myself. And like, belief determines action, like yous have taught me. So that's really why I wasn't taking any action, because I didn't have belief in myself. But now I'm loving it. I've got belief in my story again. Like, I wasn't speaking to people because I didn't think anybody wanted to hear my story. Like, I wasn't making £10,000 a month, but now that I understand, like, the 80% people, the gig economy, and 80% people only looking for £500 to £1,500 a month, I'm like, wow, like, my story, £700 a week, is powerful. People want to hear that. So I'm loving that. And I love, like, just how you guys make us feel like normal people. Like, whenever you talk about the long-haired hippie construction worker, the stay-at-home mum, I'm like, I'm a mum. Like, we are normal people. And it just, like, I just love it. It makes me smile every time you say it. And I just realised that I've been speaking to people with the wrong language. I've been trying to sell people my vision, what I'm looking for, and it's like Taylor said, if you go to Spain and you don't speak Spanish, like, they're not going to hear it. So people weren't hearing me. So I've now adopted my language. to, you know, like speak to those people who want £500 to £1,500 a month, bring them into the incubator, as you say, make them feel good, bring them into an environment where that's okay to be where they are. And if they want to move up to the 15% and the 5%, great, that's up to them. The pressure's not on me. That's their decision. They will come to that decision themselves. But like, guys, employ yourself, right? This is, whenever I think about Michelle 1 and Michelle 2, I was actually ready to fire myself. See, when I heard that concept, I was like, oh my God, I would not employ me. So that was like invaluable. So what I would say is, get your guys into the book club. Like, they're getting that for free. Why would you not want your team? Like, I want my team to know how to employ themselves, because I wasn't employing myself. So bring them in, you know, bring them into this environment. It's absolutely amazing. Like, even going into my presentations now, like, I'm much more relaxed. Like, I'm not looking for a sale. Like, I was going through my presentation and I was dreading the end, because I'm like, oh, how am I going to close this? Like, this is that, what you talk about when you don't feel good about you and them. I was feeling bad. Now I'm sharing my story, and it came from, like Taylor said, whenever you think back to what brought you into the business, it wasn't the doctors, the science, it was a story. And that's true. I heard Kevin Green's story and I was like, wow. So now somebody needs to hear my story. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm learning to blend the product with opportunity as I'm speaking. Like, guys, honestly, there's so much. Like, honestly, I wish I could be here on it. I have taken so much value from the academy, from everything. Like, as I say, like, just be you. That's another thing you've taught us. Like, you're good enough as you are. Just be who you are. That's what makes you different. It's your story. People can go out and buy these products off anybody. There's distributors everywhere. What makes you different is you. So don't try to change who you are. Be who you are. Share your story. And it really is. It's fun, simple, magical for me again. Like, I'm loving what I'm doing. Like, honestly, I wasn't even picking up my royalty check. And I joined the academy in the last week in December. And this month I picked up my royalty check. I've brought in 7 new team members. Like, I'm having conversations. I'm so excited again for the future, for my guys, for my team. And what's even more exciting is it's so easy for everybody coming in. Everybody can share their story. And that's all you need to do. Use your product, share your story, talk to people. And yeah, like, honestly, even get in the academy just to get around the stories. Taylor always says we're paid story collectors. Collect the stories, get around these guys. They're just ordinary people. And I would just like to finish with saying a huge thanks to my upline, Xander, and Alan, for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself, because without them, I probably wouldn't be here and I would never have came across you guys in the academy. So thank you so much. I am loving everything.
Wow. What a champion here, Michelle.
Wow.
And
Unbelievable.
here's what I'm hearing in the 2 stories that we've heard here. They got a belief in themselves. Everyone talks about personal growth in our space, and you got to meditate for half an hour. And you got to read this, and you got to do that. All of that stuff is valuable. But until you put that into action, okay, it isn't about learning. You don't learn and then grow. You do and grow. Okay, it's just like Arnold, Mr. Olympia, 6 or 7 times, right? You can read all his books, watch all his videos, and you're not going to get one muscle from it. Okay, you've got to apply it. In the academy and the book gives the simple steps. And what you're hearing here is self-confidence.
Wow.
They're back. They trust in themselves again.
Yeah.
And how would you like to have? We've already had 2. You got more than 2 in your team right now. I always talk about you, but I want to talk about your team. How would you like to have both these ladies on your team? You got more than these. You got a dozen people on your team that will believe in them. If they can believe in themselves again, okay, watch what happens to them. They become lifers, and they become the stability of your organization.
So you heard Lauren, she doubled her business. You heard Michelle. Michelle, you said you brought 7 new people in your team.
And I wasn't even having conversations before the academy. I was buying my own products. I was hiding under my bed.
Wasn't even recruiting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so powerful. Like, your energy is so high. I can tell so many nuggets you've learned and you've taken away and you've implemented, but just your enthusiasm. All the comments are like, wow. They're just like, your energy is
I just want to say thanks to you guys as well for giving me that belief in myself, because you really genuinely do just make us feel like normal people. Like, and it's so humbling. And I just want to say thanks for giving me that belief.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking out time to share your story. I'm telling you, everybody is lit up over here. Just like you did great. So thank you so much, Michelle. We just appreciate for being here. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is so powerful. Guys, are you paying attention? Are you taking notes? It's unbelievable what's happening. And so we've got the stories are just keep coming. They keep coming. So I'm going to add somebody else. We got another Michelle.
Hi,
Michelle, how are you? Okay, I think you're muted, Dalt. Let me see.
You got to unmute. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I got you.
And Michelle, I'm watching you on the deep dives also. The way you lean back there with your little sweatshirt on, with your little bun in your hair, taking the notes. I like watching that,
I love it.
Guys, I am so honored for a start to be here with you guys. Can't believe how relaxed I am. I'm with you now a good while, I think since last July. Anyways, my name is Michelle. I'm 45 years of age. I have 3 adult children who I am so proud of. 2 twin boys, they're 18, and my daughter, she's 26. I'm a special needs assistant. I'm a bus escort, so I have 2 jobs as well as my business. Never, ever in my life did I ever dream of having my own business and having the confidence that I have today. I'll tell you a little bit about my background and why I got how I got introduced to the business. Well, I had a bad breakup with my husband, and went through a bad time. A year later, my mum passed away. A year that I and I'm in a bad place, and I had an awful lot of symptoms that weren't serving my body well. So that's how I reached out. That's how I ended up in the business, because the girls were like, why don't you just join us? Why don't you help us out? And you just never know. And I started the business. Mary and Seamus and my upline Nita Smith Donnelly. Oh my gosh, the best yes I've ever said. But by gosh, when I started, I hadn't got a clue how to work an internet. I didn't have a clue of computers. I didn't have a clue of anything. I was so bad. But I gave it a go, and I kept at it, picking away at it. But then the girls were saying to me, well, you need to send out this message, and you need to send out that much, this message. So they were like F1s and F2s after you send out that. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. This is not me. How am I going to do this? And I tried, and an awful lot of my friends bought into me, but I wasn't recruiting because I didn't know how. And I remember, Larry, I don't know whether you remember, because you're so many of us, but I said to you, I don't know how to get team. Like, I don't know how to get team. And you said, well, what would you do with them if you did get team? I'll never forget it. And I was like, I don't know. How would you feel? You said. And I said, well, I don't know. I'd be delighted. And you said, well, what would you do with them? You would stop working. You would stop taking the action, and you'd look after your team. And I was like, I probably wouldn't, because I wouldn't know how to look after my team. So then I realized that how you bring them in is how you bring them up, right? Yes. And then I was forcing it then as well. I was forced, and I really wanted a team. I really wanted them, and I got them in, and they didn't really want to do it. But the ones that actually watched me and watched how I am applying myself now, change that language, simple and magical, being me, believing in myself. I am tall enough. I am good enough. I am smart enough. Doesn't matter if I don't know how to do technology. I'll learn. And keeping it simple and sending out them voice messages and taking action, and now keeping it simple. And all I have to do is share, take the product, use the product, share the product, and talk to people. I'm good at talking to people. I have no problems talking to people. So, like, guys, you honestly made me believe like that. Yeah, like, keep it simple, keep it real, keep it fun. But not only that, guys, you have made me realize that this journey, this book, the pillars, everything that you've taught me. Well, not taught me. I've self-taught now. Right, self-taught. I went and I lifted the weights, didn't I? I listened and I lifted the weights. I went and done my research and I learned everything: positioning, posturing, presentation, audience, language, behavior. You, it, and I. The fingers looking out, looking back at me. Do you know what I mean? Like, making them believe in me. So as I said, so a team came back on board then because they saw the change in me, and they came to their own natural, logical conclusion. They realized that this is for anybody. It's simple. Do you know what I mean? Don't make it complicated. And you taught us that. You have us where we are, like, and the pillars, guys. Oh my God. And the El Paso story. I just love it all. Absolutely. I haven't, I think I missed one training session since last July. I'm always on them calls. I don't care what's happening. And one time the electricity went off. That was the only time that I couldn't get on. I'm always there. I absolutely love you guys. You saved me. You saved me and my business and the girls and guys and everybody, like, working together and believing in yourself. Like, I had so much more to say.
I love this, Michelle. But you said something the other day. I want you to share with the team that you said, talking about the bins.
Oh yeah, sorry, I went off track. I was heading that direction. So as I said, this doesn't only apply to the business. This has applied to my whole life. Larry and Taylor has taught me, if somebody else in the household can do it, you stop doing it for them. So now I don't take out the bins anymore. I have two men here with arms and legs. They can take out the bins. Do you know what I mean? And I don't need to do it anymore. If someone else can do it, they can do it. And I'll go and do something else that I can't do. And I'll learn that until somebody else knows how to do it, and then they can do it. Do you know? And that's what I've learned. But I've applied it all to my whole life. And everybody can see in my job as a special needs assistant, I am now like confident woman and taking control and knowing that I can do this. And I can help others. Show, laser point them, show them, direct them to the pillars. Audience, language, behavior. I know how to talk to people because I have 3 kids. So they've been 5, they've been 10, they've been 15, they've been 20, they've been 25. I knew how to talk to them, right? I work in a school. I know how to talk to my little kids. I also know how to talk to the professionals, the occupational therapists, the speech and language therapists. I have a language now that I know how to talk to people. Wow. And I can apply it. I can apply it now, and it's just amazing.
So very, very much. And here's what I'm getting out of the stories, the 2 stories that we've heard so far.
3.
Has it been 3? Yeah, it has been 3. Yes, it has been 3. Okay. It isn't the rank. It isn't the check. Yes, they're all talking about spectacular growth, and spectacular growth is what they've been having, but they're not talking about the rank and the check and the trips and the cars. They're talking about the personal growth and confidence and development. And guys, you are just like these testimonials, these stories we heard. There's people on your team that are just like this. And let me tell you something. You can get going on this thing, and by the end of the weekend, you can be up to speed where everybody is, getting into the academy and taking self-taught. Go learn it and let us help you with the deep dives. Watch what happens. Okay? It happens around the globe, guys, around the globe.
I love it. Michelle, like, guys, like, okay, so from now on, I think that you guys are going to teach the book club. You guys are going to come on and share the book club, not us. You don't need us. You guys can do it on your own. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking time to share. We appreciate you and love you. You're just amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you so much, and everybody else. I mean, you're just amazing, guys. I feel honored and humble. Thank you so much. From Ireland.
so much joy watching you guys on the deep dives. I just get so much joy from it because I can see when that aha moment, and it's you know, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Well, we got another one, right?
We got one more. They just keep coming, guys. Like this has been an amazing week for stories. We've got Jade here. Jade,
hi, Jade.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome. So can you tell us a little bit about you and what's been going on?
I can. So I'm Jade. I'm originally from Stoke-on-Trent, which is in Staffordshire in the United Kingdom. I now live on the Costa del Sol, near to Malaga. And I've been here for 16 years now. So going back to how I first started, I was 6 months postpartum. I've got 2 children. I'm a single parent. And I was really unhappy. I had postnatal depression. I was not in a good place at all, physically either. So I was introduced to the products firstly and jumped on a product plan and stayed on that product plan for probably 12 months before I really started taking any action in regards to the business. So I had an amazing product result. I felt amazing. My energy changed. My confidence changed. And throughout that process, I was actually introduced to the very old Millionaire training tapes that were really hard to listen to.
Yeah.
But from the minute I just fell in love with them. And I was trying to tell everybody about them, but obviously with them being hard to listen to, people were struggling to hear what I was hearing. And a lot of the things I started to just adapt to my life because I wasn't in the business at the time. So in regards to connecting it to growing a network marketing business, it helped me more in life to start with. And I was just addicted to them at the time. Anyway, fast forward now, I've been with my network marketing business for 12 months, seriously, doing the business. And I got the book probably in November last year, and changed everything because I've always been an audio person, loved the audios all the time. And I got the book and I read it in a different light completely. So I don't even know where to start on what I took from the book. For things to change, you have to change. One of the biggest things. And to find that burning desire that you have for your company and that you have to succeed within network marketing, and that belief in yourself as well, was really powerful to me because I knew I wanted it and I knew I could visualize what I wanted in the future. But to actually connect the belief between the two is huge.
Yes.
And now when Gemma said to me about jumping on the book club, I was like, I don't even know where to start because I feel like a lot of the basic fundamentals are just in my daily life now. And I was like, I'm going to have to go back to way pre Millionaire training. And then we got invited. Well, Gemma kept talking about the 6 pillars in the academy. And I'm like, I need to get in the academy. And then you brought out the offer in December. And I was like, well, that's it. All I have to do now is just get that extra customer a month and it pays for my monthly subscription. Yeah. And you guys have made it so affordable and so accessible. It was a game changer for me. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to the 6 pillars. My business has just grown month on month. I'm already probably 10 days ahead of where I was last month.
Yeah.
Wow.
So trying to manage, obviously, I've learned a hell of a lot in regards to my daily method of operation, how I have to employ myself around the children and having that balance, because we all know that life gets in the way. By the end of the day, sometimes we're exhausted.
Yes.
And especially as mums, a lot of you know. And when I obviously read the part about communicating with your feelings as well, I am somebody who really, I find it's really easy for me to communicate with feelings. So before I was ready to sit down and connect with people, I would be putting music on, I would be having, and I put it in my ears as well. So it was there, and I was start moving around a little bit, having a little bit of a dance, because it is so easy to communicate with that tiredness and that, oh, it's the end of the day. Can we just get this done? So definitely find that something that really makes you tick. It makes a massive difference. And at the end of the day, we are just mind maker upperers. Makes so much difference to have that simplicity of, you're just there to make up somebody's mind. You don't need, that's what they need. Whenever you go to buy something, whether it's a washing machine, whether it's a mobile, whether it's anything, that salesman in there is the person that's going to make your mind up at the end of the day. And that's where they've done a good job. And that's all we have to do, is like just give off our energy, give off the way we feel, and share the belief that we actually truly have. And the habits, change bad habits for good habits. I can't tell you how many things I actually use on a daily basis. The mental projector is massive for me. You can be pushed to your limits. My children are 2 and 4, so they're very young, and especially in the current circumstances, they are really pushed to the limits.
Yes.
And now constantly listening and reading. I go back to the book all the time. I open a page, start and read that chapter, or I go back to the stories. The 6 pillars are on. I don't have TV on. I don't have anything on. It is either the trainings or the book, something that is constantly injecting me with the right mindset to have.
Yeah.
And it's just been so powerful in a lot of parts of my life. And one biggest thing that really clicked, I was listening to You, It and Them the other day, and it only clicked the other day. Now I've listened to that about 4 or 5 times, and it just clicked. And the fact that you go back to basics and you turn around and you said, like, who owns Netflix? Who actually owns Netflix? Nobody knows, but everybody is very happy to share what their favorite series was, what their favorite film was. They'll tell everybody.
Yeah.
And it just really took it back for me that, look, I feel amazing. I have lost 5 stone. I've lost 32 kilos. I feel incredible. I'm at the best. And just sharing that with somebody is all we need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Wow, Jade, this is so awesome. And I just, as we were just talking about this as being a moms and all the responsibility, and all these ladies have been here, the extra responsibilities as the educators now, being in the current situation. But, you've got littles that are, you're at that they're around you and with you all the time, and, doing your business. And so I love the fact of how you've incorporated these concepts, and you see it applying in your life with your family, like what Michelle was talking about, right? What Lauren was talking about. And so much value. And so we just thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a good student and taking time to share with the community here. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some of the notes here. They're talking about, what do you mean self-taught here in the academy? The academy is self-taught. That's up to you. You got to go there. It's self-taught, but it's easy to learn. Then the deep dives in the book clubs reinforces it. And Jade said something here a few minutes ago. She said, after I've heard You, It, and Them 4 times, I think it was, and I finally got it. You, It, and Them is constant. Natural logical conclusion is constant. Mental projector is constant. What's different is us. We're different. We're at a different spot. And when that happens, then that just takes off for us, because every time you go back into that self-taught environment, and it meets you where you are, wherever you are with your growth or your frustration or your excitement or your disappointment. Okay, all of those things are real. We guys can say, "Yeah, well, this is a very positive environment. Yeah, go team, go." No, we get disappointed, we get frustrated, we get scared, we cry, we do all of that stuff, guys. We do it all. Okay, and it meets you where you are. It meets you where you are, and so that's what's so excited about this. Thank you, Jade, so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So guys, like loaded with so much value today. Like these stories, I mean, I'm blown away.
Yeah, and here's the exciting part. This is Friday, okay? For some of you overseas, it's Friday night, okay? But let me tell you something. You can get the free download of the book, okay, of the How to Employ Yourself. That'll make you go crazy with excitement. You can get and join the Academy, and let me tell you something. You spent the weekend doing this self-taught stuff here, looking at the 6 pillars and stuff. You'll be up to speed with thinking and attitude and passion and belief in yourself by Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
think
love,
about that.
I love the confidence that all of them, the confidence.
That's what it's about.
Everything. It's just mind blowing that that's the common thread between all of these ladies. And so guys, like, I mean, we're hitting here. We're coming to the end of our clubbing with Larry and Taylor this week. I can't even believe it's been another week, but I just want to thank you. We want to bring everybody back up to the stage here and let you say bye to everybody here.
With us?
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye to everybody. So ladies, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing your value and sharing all the nuggets that you've gotten be able to implement in your life. I know that you've probably made an impact on those listening. We just want to thank you. And guys,
Thank you so much.
have a great weekend. Invite somebody to the book club. We're so excited to have you here. So that's it for us. I'm Larry and Taylor here. We're here to help you grow
You grow your team.
so you can grow your check.
So you can grow your company.
So that's it. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ladies,
Bye.
Thanks.
right
Guys,
there.
stay there.
Bye.